And welcome back to race fans to Right Rear Racing, as I'm your host, Donnie Watts, and we're bringing you the Western States Dwarf Car Association iRacing League as they're running their 410s at Eldora as they take on the half-mile track here tonight for their second race of the night. On your screen now you see the 06. He's the one that won it at Knoxville earlier today. And this race here is going to be for money with $75 going to the winner, $50 going to second, and $25 for third. As these guys are finishing up their hot laps, as you see the timer on the top left screen, they have roughly about 4.5 minutes left for their practice session to break this track in. It looks like we have 8 drivers making the call for this one. And with 8 drivers making the call, we're going to have our qualifying immediately after this for their lineup for the heat race. Then we're going to do an 8-lap heat race, followed by a warm-up session to break the track in even more. And then a 30-lap A main event tonight. And currently your fastest car on the track for hot lap sessions is going to be Mason Mock in that 4M car. With Pipe in the 06 machine, he's going to be the second quickest, followed by Mason Jagger in the 1 machine, as you see on the screen now, as he's still on the track, making that high side, trying to break it in a little bit more. And during the last race, I did not mention it, but thank you to the Budnick family as they sponsored tonight's races. And thank you to everyone that has liked and shared the stream over here. As we near the last 2 minutes of this practice session here. You have the young money of Pipe in that 06 machine, or younger money, I should say. The 1 of Mason Jagger, the 13 of Chris Olson, the 25 of Dylan Budnick, the 21 of Landon Falkenberg. We also have Ryan Stowe in the Bass Pro Shop 20 machine. And then I believe the 88 of CJ Marin. He's got his issues fixed after that first race. He's going to be joining us in the second race tonight. And for all you viewers on YouTube and Facebook, jump in the chat. Throw a question out that you'd like to ask the top 3 drivers whenever we do the interviews, and I will ask that question to that driver. And just so that way everyone knows what the weather is going to be like for this track conditions, we're going to be 67 degrees Fahrenheit with 79% humidity with overcast and 12 miles per hour wind. They're taking on the half mile here at Eldora. It should be a interesting race. As we near the last 30 seconds of the hot lap session to go into our qualifying with the quicker of the 2 laps for their qualifying session. And if you're new here to right rear racing, what we do is we jump in and just find the first car that goes out there, and we start going through everybody. So it might get hectic during their qualifying of all the jumping around as they're taking the checker flag now for their hot lap session. And I don't know why that time just goes fast like that now. And these drivers are going to make slight adjustments to their car. They're going to get ready for their qualifying. And we're waiting for the first car to pull out of pit road. It's going to be Chris Olson in that 13 machine. And Pipe's pulling out too. And Mason Mock is pulling out as well. Here goes Chris Olson. He's coming down the back straightaway, going down into turn number 3. As he's coming down turn number 4, he's going to be in the green flag this time around. He's trying to set that quick one here. As he goes into turn 1, he's coming out turn 2. He's smooth there. And we're jumping back over to Chris Olson there. Sorry about that one. As he's coming out turn number 4, he's going to set his first lap. His first lap is going to be a 13:28. Pipe has a 12:75, so Chris Olson's going to have to get a little bit faster here on this second lap. And his second lap is going to be a 13:55. Ryan Stowe in that 20 machine, he got a 13:12. That's going to put him at second. As Pipe's still at the top of the leaderboard with a 12:75. Stowe is coming out turn 4 for his second lap. And his second lap is going to be a 13:12. Landon Falkenberg on his first lap got a 13:02. As he's coming out to turn 4 and getting the checker flag there, his second lap is going to be a 13:26. And Budnick got a 13:51. Looks like he has some issues there on his left front, and he does some wheelies there. And here comes Mason Jagger as he's coming out of the back straightaway. In turn number 3, he's getting his green flag, and he's having some internet connection issues there. Goes in turn 1 for the first time. He's running pretty smooth there, coming out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, he's going in turn 3. His first lap, as he's coming out of turn number 4, his first lap is going to be a 13:26. That's going to put him at 5th. As he's trying to get better here on his second lap. Has some internet connection issues again, and he's still going to make contact with outside wall, so that lap will not count. And I think Dylan's still on the track. We're still waiting on CJ Marin. I don't think he's going to make the call again for his qualifying session. As it's Pipe in that 06 machine as the quick time with this 12:75. Mason Mock with a 12:78, followed by Landon Falkenberg with a 13:02. Ryan Stowe in that 20 machine, he has a 13:12. Mason Jagger got a 13:26. Chris Olson with a 13:28, and then Dylan Budnick rounding out the field with a 13:51. As we call off the times there, all these drivers are close. It should be interesting as we grid up for heat race number 1. And your starting lineup for heat race number 1 is going to be the 06 of Pipe on the pole. On his outside is going to be Mason Mock. Inside row number 2 is going to be Landon Falkenberg in the 21 machine. On his outside is going to be Ryan Stowe in the 20 machine. Inside row number 3 is going to be Mason Jagger in the 1. On his outside is going to be Chris Olson in the 13. The last row is going to be Dylan Budnick in the 25. And on his outside is going to be the number 88 of CJ Marin. As these drivers are waiting for, I think, the final few to join up and grid up here as they did some final touches most likely to their setup. It's going to be Pipe leading us around to the green as they come out of the pit lane. And they enter the track in turn 1, and they're coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It's still under the caution. It's going to be the younger money of Pipe in that 06 machine, leading us to the green. And the pace trick lights are out, so that means that we're going to go green flag racing next time around. As Pipe leads the field coming out of turn number 2. They're going to get bunched back up as they come out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. And I don't know what's happening with my audio. It's back now. Here comes the Pipe. And that 06 machine waiting for that green flag. The green flag's dropped, and 6 machine's going to hit that lob pedal. The 4M's going to stay on his outside as they enter turn number 1. And Pipe's going to clear him as we go down the back straightaway in turn number 3. It's going to be Pipe leading lap number 1, followed by Mason Mock in that 4M machine, with the 21 of Landon Falkenberg in third. As we keep an eye on these front 3 leaders right now, as they're trying to close each other up and make a move. We're going to jump up here to Mason Mock and watch him just a little bit as we are starting lap number 4. Go through the field just a little bit with the 1 of Mason Jagger and the 20. They're battling it out there. They make a little bit of contact. That's going to be a battle for fourth position. The 25 of Budnick got in there as well. As we're halfway through with heat race number 1. Ryan Stowe's going to take over that 4th position. Mason Jagger got caught up got caught up back there. And we're going to come back up here as Pipe got collected with the lap traffic. It's going to be Mason Mock taking over the lead. Sorry, I missed that one there. As they're coming around turn number 4, they're getting the white flag. And Pipe's going to take over your 3rd position. He's getting that low side going. And Mason Mock's going to come out turn number 4. He's going to take the checkered flag home this time around in heat race number 1, followed by Landon Falkenberg. And then Pipe rounds out your top 3. Again, these drivers are going to do a 5-minute warm-up session. And Ryan Stowe finished 4th. Dylan Budnick rounds out your top 5. Mason Jagger is 6th. Chris Olson, 7th. And CJ Marin did not make the call as he finished 8th. And Dylan Budnick's out on the track now doing some warm-up session. Again, this is a 5-minute break to go to your fridge, get you a snack, get you a drink, and get ready for the 30 lap main event. And I don't know if y'all caught the first race of the night. During the interview, I was talking about Pipe not having an announcer's curse or anything. And that came back and bit him with the announcer's curse whenever he got caught up in that lap traffic with Mason Jagger. And the reason that we have a 5-minute warm-up session is to try to break the track in even more to where it makes it racy, where we have the top line and the bottom line. As we take a look at the track, it's still a hammer-down track, with it being slicked off on the entrances of both turns. And as you see, Dylan Budnick, he parked it right there in Victory Lane, going into the pits. We have 2 more minutes left for the warm-up session, as some of these drivers are making changes to their setups. Try to get the adjustment just right for the 30 laps that they're about to complete. It looks like we're going to have a field of 7 drivers. Again, I don't think CJ Marin will be making the call, as he did not make the call for the heat race there. And for this warm-up session, it's going to be Mason Mock being the quickest, your heat race winner. Again, thank you for tuning in here on Right Rear Racing. And a little bit about the Right Rear Racing schedule. We will be going live again for Regal Promotions Esports on Thursday night at 7:15 Central Standard Time. And on Monday night, we're actually running in 410s. We're going to be running the Regal Promotions Esports Winter Freeze, as we take on Knoxville, I believe it is, or I could be wrong. I think it's one of the 2 tracks that we're doing tonight, Knoxville or Eldora. I can't remember off the top of my head there. As the warm-up session is complete. And it's going to be at Eldora on Monday, is where you will catch the right rear car. And thank you, Holly, for sharing or for liking the stream, and for your starting lineup for your main event tonight. You're gonna have Mason Mock in that 4M on the pole. On his outside is gonna be the number 21 of Landon Falkenberg. Starting P3 is gonna be Pipe in that 06 machine. On his outside is gonna be Ryan Stowe in the 20 machine. Inside run number 3 is gonna be Dylan Budnick in the 25. On his outside is going to be Mason Jagger in the 1 machine. And rounding out your field is going to be Chris Olson in the 13 with CJ Marin, which I don't believe he's here, in the 88 machine. And thank you, Kevin and John, for liking the stream as well. As they come into turn number 3, it's going to be the 4M of Mason Mock leading the field. And thank you for liking the stream there. As the pace truck lights are off, we're going to go green flag racing next time around. It's going to be led by the 4M of Mason Mock. And these drivers have been tight racing all night with their lap times. The 30 laps should be very interesting here.